All right, folks, it's Friday night. It's verdict night. You know, more than 60% of our verdicts come on Friday night. So the Babysitter affair murder trial, let's take a live look inside the courtroom. There he is. That is the defendant, Greg Malarik. He's accused of murdering his wife, Sherri, back in September of 2001. The key witness against him, the babysitter, who he was sleeping with, who was also an accomplice in this case. So she testified against him. Trial happened this week, and the jury deliberated for just under 9 hours. So a pretty long deliberation, longer than his first trial. This is a retrial. His first trial, the jury was hung very quickly. So it was a quick mistrial. Here, a verdict has been reached in just under 9 hours. There's a wide shot of the courtroom. You see it's filled up, everyone in there. You've got the defendant, and you wonder what is going through his mind at that moment. Because this is it. This is the rest of his life, okay? This is the rest of his life. This jury comes back and says guilty. He will never, ever be a free man again. See a little bit of movement there. Maybe the judge is on the bench. Is the judge on the bench? No. And he's speaking? All right, let's take a listen.
Verdict. Any reason we can't take the verdict, state?
Yes.
Defense?
There you are.
All right. Before we bring the jury in, I know the court security's already addressed everyone, but by my estimation, the jury was out approximately 8.5 hours. So they spent a lot of time on this. Counsel has worked hard on this. I think both sides did a very good job in the presentation of their cases. I say that to say this. I do not want any outbursts no matter what the verdict is. I know emotions run high during these proceedings. I expect everybody to respect the jury's verdict. Please do not make any verbal comments or anything of that nature. If you cannot hold your emotions in, you need to step outside the courtroom at this point. If no one steps out, I assume that everyone will follow my order. Go ahead and bring the jury in, please.
611, 625.
All right, thank you, everyone. Please be seated. We'll have the record reflect. State's here with counsel, defendant's here with his counsel. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand you reached a verdict. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and your Joshua? Okay, sir, will you hand that to court security for me, please? Thank you. Thank you. All right, the verdict appears to be in proper order. Madam Clerk, could you please publish the verdict?
In the Circuit Court for Escambia County, Florida, State of Florida versus Gregory Paul Malarik, clerk number 1720 CF 001134A, Division E, verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to the count charged in the indictment. Not guilty, so say we all, this 13th day of October 2023, juror Bird for foreperson.
Any request of counsel? All right.
There you are.
All right, y'all be seated, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one final instruction I need to read to you, then I'm going to discharge you from your jury service. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you're at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. That's the last instruction I'm required to read to you by the Florida Supreme Court. I do want to take the opportunity to thank you for your jury service. You were here on Monday. We started the trial on Monday, and we've been going for 5 days. My observation was that you were very attentive during the trial, very attentive to the attorneys and things of that nature. We can ask nothing more of our citizens than participate in this process. It speaks a lot of your character for being here and serving as jurors. And you saw your fellow citizens here. When we ask for jurors, they come in droves. That speaks very highly of the character that we have, that people come in here and the character of this county. So thank you very much for your jury service. This does count as your jury service for 1 year, but you will get that ticket again when you do. Please come down here. We'd like to punch you. We need persons to serve on juries, okay? Court security will take care of you. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you. Everyone rise for the jury.
All right, at this moment, think about it. That quickly, he got his life back. Gregory Malarik found not guilty of first-degree murder after 8.5 hours of deliberations. Let's listen in.
All right, Mr. Malarik, the jury having found you not guilty, I now adjudicate you not guilty of the charge. You're free to go, sir. We need to wait, and you need to take the evidence, correct? We got to sign off on that. Okay. All right. That'll conclude the proceedings. I've got some paperwork I need to sign up here. So everyone, if you wish, you can leave the courtroom at this time.
Can we wait 10, 15 minutes? I'll work with the state to make sure that we get the evidence released, but if we could just have 10 minutes here also.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Wow. Wow. You are free to go. He's going to literally walk out of the courtroom. Bernardo Villalona, Brian Watkins, Ben Chew still with us. These moments are rare inside of a courtroom. Rare. Bernardo, your thoughts right now?
For the prosecutor must be devastated. It's devastating to know that a person that you're prosecuting, especially for allegedly taking the life of someone else, that you put your all into it, and you probably have the family and friends of the deceased that are in contact with you and are relying on you to get a conviction and hold this person accountable. And then in just a few minutes, you hear those two words, not guilty, and it's over. And the worst part about it is that he gets to walk out of the courtroom right in front of you. It's a prosecutor's nightmare.
Brian Watkins.
You know, I've been in this situation many times, and I've had those not guilty verdicts, and I can tell you there's no better feeling in the world. The stress that you're under during a trial, having another person's life in your hands, hanging on the words that you say. You're trying to choose the right words. You're trying to convince the jury and tell your story, the story that, you know, your client has told you and convinced you that he's not guilty. When that verdict comes in and confirms that not guilty, there's no better feeling in the world.
You know, Ben Chew, you on the one hand, you have the attorneys and what they've gone through, right? But now we're looking at this man. If that jury had said guilty, he's never a free person ever again, and now he's going to just walk out.
Yeah, he looks like he's in shock. The joy and relief probably don't seem to have hit him yet.
This is a rare moment, ladies and gentlemen. When you're accused of murder, prosecutors don't just bring cases because, oh, I think he did it. You believe you've got the evidence. And in this case, you had the babysitter, who the jury clearly did not believe was credible beyond a reasonable doubt. And there's his daughter in the back. It's these moments just don't happen. For Gregory Malarik, you look at it this way: the first time around, the jury couldn't make up their mind one way or the other. They couldn't come to a unanimous verdict. And here tonight, they did, but they all agreed to send him home, telling the prosecution, you did not prove your case. He has to be numb, absolutely numb. Bernard, he looks a little surprised too. I'll be honest.
I have to agree with Ben. He does look surprised. Like he's in shock that they found him not guilty.
Yeah.
That is not what he was expecting. That was not what he was expecting. But here's finality to it, because the prosecutor, when it comes to a not guilty verdict, there's no do-over. It's over. You cannot retry him. This man is walking out of court today, and that's it.
He looks like it's starting to hit him now. Like it's really starting to hit him now. Wow. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll keep an eye on this courtroom and see if anything else happens here. Unbelievable. Greg Malarik not guilty of murder. He's going to walk out of the courtroom in just a few moments.
There was pounding on the door. Bang, bang, bang.
He said that we'd seen his face and there was no way that he could ever let us go.
I survived because I'm a born fighter.
I Survived. Next on Court TV. David Trones claimed to be a millionaire, but when his wife realized it was a lie, she ended up dead in her bathroom.
You have fake cry over this woman's death.
Now he stands trial for her brutal murder. The Bathtub Murder Trial, weekday mornings on Court TV.
All right, folks, the verdict is in. There he is, Greg Malarik, not guilty, not guilty. Look at him, getting up, literally. He's going to walk out of this courtroom a free man. If we go to the live shot now, he's walking out right now. He's walking out right now. If we can take that live shot. If we can get, I don't know if we can transfer over to that. It would be great. There he is. He's about to literally walk out of the courtroom a free man. He's hugging his daughter right now. When do you see this? You know, usually they got to process him or something. No. You're free to go. And he's going. Not guilty of first-degree murder of his wife more than 20 years ago. They're gathering up all the defense evidence. Ben Chu, after a big victory like this, where do you think he's going? What is he going to do?
I think he's probably just going to go home and celebrate with his family. I think probably the last thing he wants to do is to go out in public.
Brian Watkins, what do you think his plans are for tonight as he exits this courtroom a free man?
He's not going to Disneyland. What he's going to do is he's going to go home. He thinks he's going to celebrate, and he's going to lay on his bed and fall asleep and not wake up until probably 10 or 12 the next day.
Bernardo Villalona, let me ask you, what do you think is on the agenda for him and for the defense team tonight?
Oh, they're definitely going to be celebrating. Well, first they're going to have to find him a home to stay.
There he is. He's leaving the courtroom.
There he goes.
The attorney literally walking her client out of the courtroom. Put that in the books, folks.
He has no plans of coming back. Remember, Vinny, the last not guilty that we got was the popcorn movie theater trial.
Yeah,
And
he had a
where
wedding.
He went the next day.
He had a wedding the next day. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yes.
And here they are. They're taking the last pieces of evidence out of that courtroom. I'm like speechless here. First, it was a very quick trial, pretty long deliberation for a quick trial. But I was, you know, you never know what they're going to do. You never know, Ben.
You're absolutely right.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for staying with us. Bernardo Villalona, Brian Watkins, Ben Chu. Wow, what a night. All right, we have some work to do here, folks. Before we go, please take a look at your screens. Wow. Felicia Sparkman is her name. Missing child, 16 years old, missing out of Chicago, Illinois, since October 10th. Please, if you see Felicia, pick up the phone, 911, 1-800-THE-LOST, or you can call the Chicago PD in Illinois. Let's see if we can get Felicia to a safe place this weekend. I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. And as always, please don't forget to hug the kids.